Forgive me, God, for my long silence and falling out of love with you. Forgive me for sending no Christmas card or missing midnight mass. Forgive me for allowing, as an altar boy, your candle to blow out. Forgive me those hours I sat in the sacristy between services, bored, blind, and teen horny, wondering why I must wake so early to serve the holy body and blood to 3 old crones, 1 old geezer, and a middle-aged spinster. Forgive me for not launching up to the breach when my draft number came up, for not shouting, hell with it, fuck the CO, I'm going to war. Forgive me for doubting Jesus in the trenches, his finger primed on an M16. Forgive me for not scrying enemies in El Salvador and Nicaragua. Forgive me for not believing, Right Reverend Graham, that while sex might be banned in heaven, golf will flourish. Forgive me for playing golf on Sunday when I should have been praying. Forgive me for lacking the humility of the lilies of the field and aspiring to put a camel through the needle's eye. Forgive me for believing in confession and adultery and psychotherapy. Forgive me the years of birth control and no condoms in the age of AIDS. Forgive me my luck. Forgive me for not stopping the war in Afghanistan and in the Gulf. Forgive me for protesting the invasion of Panama. Forgive me for taking my daughter to see the Spice Girls. Forgive me for biting my tongue when she said they were greater than the Beatles. Forgive me for never forgiving John Lennon for loving Yoko. If I was a good Asian American, I would have supported Yoko. Forgive me for placing a portrait of my grandfather and not my father on the wall. Forgive me for seldom calling my mother. Forgive me for forgetting how she and I were confirmed on the same day. Forgive me for reading over and over Sunday Morning by Stevens. Forgive me for not buying enough life insurance or diversifying my portfolio. Forgive me for seeking salvation in LSD, orgasms, and weed. Forgive me for killing Kennedy, King and Kennedy. Forgive me for making them my holy trinity. Forgive me for my Emily Dickinson and Frost and Edward Arlington Robinson. Forgive me my worship of this minor art called poetry. Forgive me, and I will never repent. God, do not forgive me. I will never relent.